This is ASMR Noir, and I want to tell you a little bit about me and my darkness that I've had all my life. But I also want to tell you that it's nothing wrong with being different. I was born 1972 in Stockholm. I was born a healthy baby, or so they say. Anyway, when I grew up, I took a liking to what was unusual, dark, as many people would say. When other kids wanted to see Smurfs, I wanted to see Nosferatu, and I was so angry that I couldn't come to the theater because I was too young. I even tried to get my mom to sneak in, but that failed. Later on, we went to the Tivoli. We have a Tivoli in Stockholm that's called Gröna Lund. And while the other kids again wanted to ride a carousel or the roller coaster, my biggest love of that place was the haunted house. And it was called at that time the Blue Train. And it was kind of like little wagons that went through this big house on rails. And in every corner there was a monster popping out like big huge spiders or zombies. And I was giggling with enjoyment. When I became older, I went to my daddy's place. My daddy had left me and mom when I was just a newborn, so to speak. And he had rented a couple of movies. I remember one being kind of like a Donald Duck movie. For us kids, it was me and a friend. But the one that really caught my attention was a movie called The House by the Cemetery. Yes. And I truly begged him to see that movie. So he showed it to me and my friend, and we were stunned. We loved it even though we were scared pantless. Yes, it's an old Lucio Fulci movie, by the way, which I recommend that you check out. After that, we saw The Shining, and we didn't get much sleep that night, me nor my friend at the time. When I started school, everyone was like crazy for modern talking or stuff like that, but not me. I loved Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Wasp, and while they were kind of big issues at the time, being called devil worshippers and stuff like that. But I didn't mind. And at the drawing classes in school, while everyone was drawing like pink flowers and little elephants, I draw zombies and vampires and skeletons. As a kid, I also went out into the forest with my granddad, and I used to collect bones. Skulls from animals and such thing. I found I found them beautiful. I put them on shelves, and I kind of found them beautiful. I still do, actually. I collect skulls and weird objects. And when it came to the, well, when you got older and you started to be interested in girls, or boys if you were in that direction, everybody was like, oh, look at that blonde girl with those big boobies. And I was more like, oh, look at that dark-haired goth chick, you know. And why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it's okay. I am as close as a goth I could probably come without actually perhaps dress up as a goth, even though I love the clothing and stuff like that. But I just have my jeans on, you know, and such stuff. But even if I weren't, if I dressed fully goth, I wouldn't feel embarrassed, and why should I? And neither should you. Just because you love what's dark and what's not regarded as normal by the normal society, it doesn't make you a bad, evil person. It just makes you normal for yourself, if you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with loving the dark side of the world. It's a fascination most people have, but perhaps not indulge in. I have a dark soul, if you want. I'm not an evil person. On the opposite, I love helping people. I love making people laugh. I love people. I love making people feel good. That's why I do ASMR videos. I never consider myself an evil person. I love animals. I'm for equal rights and everything. But I like the mystery, the darkness, the thing that you know are around but you cannot really touch, if you know what I mean. So, if you like to dress in black leather or latex, or if you like collecting skulls and listen to what people consider dark music, don't let anyone put you down. You're not unnormal in any way. Switch it around. What is normal? Wanting white or pink little dresses. Can you tell me that? What is normal about that? What is normal listening to Justin Bieber instead of listening to Youre or Nick Cave? Or, you know, Suey and the Banshees, Johnny Cash. Everything is normal when you look at it from your point of view. That's what I would like to say. So, a friend of mine, he wasn't mean, he just didn't understand how I could like BDSM and latex and stuff like that. Then I just turned it around and said, why do you like white silky underwear and princessy looking girls with blue big eyes and blonde hair? And he said, well, that's a normal thing. Yeah, but not for me. For me, that's pretty awkward because I don't find that attractive at all. I like when it's the opposite. And I think I got in a point there. So I just wanted to take this little time because I just woke up. It's in the middle of the night. I have just finished another video which you can see from my makeup here, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, if I wanted to do a rant video, a role play or something else. So it turned out to be this video. because I think it's important for everyone to feel that they can be whatever they want to be. That society shouldn't put pressure on people to be something that they're really not. And perhaps most of all, it's important for the people around us to see us for who we really are and not to be judgmental. Because when it comes down to it, as long as you're a kind person and you don't want to hurt other people, then nobody should actually meddle in what you do with your life. And as I always say, people sometimes ask me why I do the things I do, like doing YouTube videos, and ask me, some people have very, and I'm so sad for them, they have very bad self-esteem, I think, and they wouldn't dare to do the things I do. I don't consider myself brave, I just indulge in what I like to do. I don't let life stop me, even though I am having psychological mental issues with panic attacks and stuff. I don't let that bring me down. And they said, don't you feel embarrassed when you look at yourself and you like dress up in certain ways? And no, I don't really do that, because one day when I'm dying, lying on my deathbed, I don't want to look back on my life and think about stuff that I wanted to do but was too afraid to do. I want to do the opposite. I want to think back on the things that I did do that perhaps helped other people and made me feel good. And as long as you don't hurt anyone else, I think it's perfectly normal to be just the way you want to be. May it be goth, may it be hip-hop, which I don't like, or anything like that. But if you want to do it, because you only live once, at least as far as we know. Perhaps we live more, but I wouldn't take it for granted. I hope we do. Also an aspect of the dark side of life that I'm interested in, it's that I love mystery. It thrills me, but it annoys me at the same time, because I want to know everything. But I guess I don't have the power to do that until the final days arrive. Perhaps then everything will be clear, or everything will be just darkness, but let's hope that's not the case, because energy cannot be destroyed. And what are we? We are energy. We just become something else, perhaps something better. Isn't that worth believing in? I'm not a religious person, as you might know by now, but I do believe that there is something more than this world that we inhabit, and I think that's a comforting thought. So I hope that I have given you some kind of push to do what you want to do, and to feel less afraid or ashamed of who you are, because just because you are not like your neighbor or your friend, he's not like you either. So you have to look at it both ways. He's not you and you are not him or her. And no one can say that something is weird or out of place, because for you it isn't. But his style or her style might be strange for you, but you accept it. That's the way it should be. We should accept each other for what we are and what we do. And I like the dark side of things. I like the night. I like what goes bumps in the night. I like vampires. I like monsters. I like such clothing that I feel is cool and funny. I would never wear a tie and a shirt or a suit, because I find that stiff. I want to dress the way I want to dress. And it shouldn't bother anyone, because they dress as they want to do. So, with that said, I hope that you get a pleasant night wherever you are in the world, and that you can go to sleep, and that you get a restful night. And remember, as I always say, there can't be any light without darkness. Good night, and I will see you in the next video.